Ain't she beautiful? Those dunes, the red sands, all of it. I can't wait to liberate this planet, more than potentially any other. Howdy y'all, I'm the Cosmic Cowboy, and today we are going to take a look at a planet called Erata Prime. At least I think that's how it's said. There isn't exactly any voice lines in the game to indicate how you would say it. Now this is going to be a series where I'm going to focus on the average player's experience with a planet, and my goal is to help you guys play these planets better. So, what are we doing to start out? Well, for your equipment, I'm going to recommend you run an Eagle Airstrike and a Precision Strike. It isn't necessarily important what offensive stratagems you use. You can make most of them work, but I know these are ones that a lot of players will have access to. My goal here is to try and pick things everyone should have. A stalwart machine gun is perfectly fine. If you have it, a grenade launcher is better, but we will run with the machine gun just because. And if you can get it, the jump pack is great. It is the second best backpack after a shield generator, and guard dogs are pretty good too. You can really run a bunch of different things. The backpack is usually much more playstyle oriented than necessary. For equipment, you are always going to want to run the Breaker. It is just the best shotgun, hands down. The Breaker Incendiary is fine, but the default's better. I personally find the Slugger to be my favorite shotgun, but this is quite late game to get, and is certainly not the average player's weapon of choice. On top of that, things like the Liberators, Marksmen, all that are just inferior to the Breaker. Save yourself the grief, run the Breaker. For sidearms, the best one is always going to be the Redeemer. However, since I'm a cowboy, this is a revolver, my hands are tied, so we'll be running this for today. And finally, for your grenade, you're always going to want to run your G16 impacts. G12 high explosive is a fine substitute if you do not have the impact, but the impact is just better in every way. And finally, the last thing that matters is your armor type. For this planet, you are going to want more than any other planet, the SC-34 Infiltrator. If you can get it, the SC-30 Trailblazer Scout is very good. But the Infiltrator is much more likely for the average player to have. You unlock it really early, so that's what we're going to use for today's video, to make it a little more of the average player's experience. And without further ado, this is going to be a Helldiver's Guide to Erata Prime.
Launch initiated.
Alright, right out of the drop pod, the first thing you're going to notice about this planet is that it is very, very sandy and very flat. Being very flat can be really good. You can see objectives far away. However, the one downside to it being so flat is that, well, the planet's weather conditions are very stormy. However, this plays both as a disadvantage and an advantage to the player, as we'll explain a little bit into this video. Now, why did I tell you to bring the equipment that I did? For this planet, it has 2 active debuffs and 1 buff. The active debuff is that all humans, all Helldivers, have a stamina max reduction. This means your stamina drains quicker, which is really not good. Obviously, you want stamina. Stamina is what lets you run. Not being able to run sucks ass. But that's okay, because while not being able to run does suck, does not mean that you have to worry too much about it, because the light armor can compensate for a lot. Light armor is probably the best armor in the game anyway, even disregarding that, but it's still nice. The Breaker is the best shotgun, that's why I told you to bring it, and especially against Tyranids of all things. Oh, hey buddy. I did not get knocked over from that though. Sure, why not? Against Tyranids especially, it is an absolute masterpiece of firearm. Being able to break apart Tyranid hordes very quickly. You can't get up here. But you know what you can do? Die. Maybe. Maybe not. And my gun did not reload. But yeah, so this planet, you, more than any other, really, really, really want light armor. Big guy's still there, huh? Oh, and there's an armored guy here. I see. This is going to be a bucket of complications, isn't it? Well, that's totally fine. I also have only set the difficulty to hard for this run, mostly for the sake of just making this not take me a very specific playstyle to work with. But we could have done Helldive or something else. However, I feel like that's not accurate to the point of this video. Which the goal of this series is to help the average player out with planets. Give you guys some base idea of how you should be trying to play them and what your goals might look like. Can I not kill myself with grenades? Thanks. Now, unfortunately, the average player does not actually have a great way to deal with this big guy. The best way to do it is to get him to charge at you and then to shoot at his tail. And up until now, though, he was not very encouraged to charge at me. Luckily, we've killed off everything else, and now maybe I can get him to actually do the thing he's supposed to. But yeah, in general, what you want to do with your approach to this planet is you really want to be bringing fast and light equipment. Wow, this is just going to take me forever, isn't it? I haven't tried to kill one of you guys without a call down in ages. Now you should die right away. Oh, but there's more dudes. Are you guys going to also call in a big thing? Or are you guys a little more chill?
Say hello to democracy.
Now, a great thing with a breaker is you can kind of just tear apart even the armored guys. You don't really need to worry about them too much. In general, they're kind of a pushover. Anything below a charger really is not that hard from these guys. Stalkers can be annoying, but that's just kind of how it is. And now, getting into the second buffs of this planet. I need to go to the transfer station. Okay. So I'm assuming here I want something like this. Sweet. Okay. Now, and this is where the weather comes in. As you can see, it is getting very stormy. Having light armor helps with the heat of this planet, but the second thing that this planet has going for it is the extreme weather. Luckily for us as players, there is actually some of an advantage to this. You see, weather in this game goes both ways, and having really bad weather means it is a very low chance to be detected. This can be really helpful with the stealth armor, because the bonus 30% it gives you gets added to this fog benefit. What does this mean? It means that you can do entire runs without having to fight any large hordes. This isn't very helpful if you're on anything like easy or challenging, because you're probably not playing those modes, because they're, you know, you're probably not playing those modes if you don't have to, so you're probably not going to be great at doing stealth, but it is very helpful for higher tier missions like Suicide Mission, Impossible, or even Helldive. I've done Helldives where I haven't had to fight literally anything at all, because I could just stealth past half the fights. Even you guys can watch here. I can walk pretty close to these guys and they will not care one bit. That is a mix of the weather effects and having the boosted armor. Even all these little guys over here, you can just walk around them. There's really no big fight that has to happen. The jetpack's quite nice on this planet because it's pretty flat, so you get a lot of value out of the distance that it can give you, because it does actually give you more distance per stamina than running would. But also on top of that, there's a lot of little rocks to hop on and lots of good places to chill. The jetpack isn't the best in the game though. If you can get the shield generator, you probably should be running it. It is just the best one. That said, we're going to make our way to this objective over here. And as you can see, this planet is also benefited from the Scout perk for a second reason, which I'll showcase right now. Scout perk allows you to generate radar pings with your map, if you look in the bottom right corner here. This is really good because on your way to objectives, you can scout out what all is there. So see, there shouldn't be anything on this objective, because scouting it, there is no pings. However, as we get closer, things may spawn on there, so it's not like as if this is a definitive fact. We're going to take our time to go around nests, mostly because I don't want to waste time fighting things right now, but secondly, to showcase to you guys just how effective this stealth playstyle can be. Now, the fog on this planet can be quite scary to a lot of people, but the truth is, it's kind of one of those situations where they can't, or if you can't see them, they can't see you. Now, we're getting a lot of pings. Okay. This means that the enemies have started to spawn in on this area. What I'm going to try and do is, I can't guarantee it'll work first try, because sometimes you mess it up, but I will try and stealth this encounter the best I can. To do that basically just means that you kill these guys before they can call for help. If you notice, Terminids will start calling for help if they start feeling threatened. They will usually do it at the start of engagement, but there is a chance for them to do it midway through. They also do have a lower chance detecting you while you are crouched or prone. So, playing to those strengths of the stealth benefit is really good for you. Surprisingly, this game, you don't need a suppressor or anything of that sort to remain stealthy. And the only thing that'll really break stealth is the explosions I'm doing here. But that's mostly because these guys are armored and I don't want to waste time killing them. That is the call. That is the one that breaks stealth right there. So as you see, I failed to maintain stealth. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Oh my god, I have never seen a flying charger. Well, you see something new every day. Oh, that is too... Is there just a charger spawner above me? What is going on? Okay. Well, we'll roll with it. Another reason why the jetpack is so fantastic is that the jetpack can do things like that. It makes fighting the chargers very easy, but it also just makes fighting pretty much everything pretty easy, to be honest. Now, chargers are going to be a real big pain in the butt, but they are all dead, so I don't think it matters too much. My goal is to try and find the actual buildings I need to interact with. There's also only 3 guys left, so hopefully I can get through this without pissing off any more hordes. I don't think he's going to get a chance to call out, and if he did, I would kill him on the spot. So there you go. Quick and easy engagement on how to tear apart an army. Can I climb this? No, I can't. Whoa, hey buddy. Oh, wow. Okay, you are not playing. Wow! See, sometimes even with the best laid plans and some half-decent equipment, you will sometimes just die. That's one big part of this game, is that there are times where you will just kind of get punked. That's okay. That's not a big issue. Wow, okay. Stalkers really aren't fun, are they? That's okay, though. That is part of the game, and not something we can really give too much care for. I still see you out there, buddy. Oh well. Only one left. I have to find the valve for you. But first I want to kill the stalker. How are you not dead? How many bullets do I have to put in you? Holy. Now, when you're running this planet, even if you are running it on higher difficulties like Helldive, stealth is still very viable, and I would recommend running it as much as you can. I'd also say a good strategy in general when it comes to dealing with just Tyranids in general, not even for specific planets, but keeping in mind that the run and gun playstyle is usually better. Tyranids are quite numerous, and you don't have time to sit here and infinitely mow down every single one. So what can usually be the more effective strategy is playing to your guns and just simply running away from problems. Sounds dumb, but I promise you it works very well. I really want to know where these guys keep coming from. I mean, I could probably put in the effort to go look, but that seems like deviating from the point of this video. So instead, we're just going to kind of put up with it. Hopefully that does not become the death of me, but who knows, maybe I'm just sealing my own fate. I also don't have my stalwart, because I guess I dropped it at some point and forgot to pick it up. That's okay. Wow, maybe you know what's not okay? It's missing every single one of these codes. That's definitely not okay. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna seal this up here. And yeah. This planet, once you figure out how to play it, it's quite a lot of fun. It's probably the current hardest available Tyranid planet. That isn't saying necessarily a whole ton, but it is probably still the hardest one. Where'd you guys come from? Do you have more friends? No, okay. I'm curious where the stalkers are. We haven't seen one in a minute. I swear Okay. Okay, maybe I'm just hallucinating a little bit. Either way, we're going to help this ship take off, and then we're going to continue to go on to finish the mission. There's going to be one more of these. We're going to have to put it back in, and then we'll be all good to go. Oh, hey, buddy. I was just wondering where you would be. Okay. This is why why the breaker is just the best shotgun. The fact that you can get away with doing things like that. You can just turn around, slaughter one of those guys, and go somewhere else. And I'm sure I'm breaking so many people's hearts by pre-reloading early and doing it before I need to, but I have a resupply right here, so it's not like as if I'm being too particular on my ammo conservation. When you're solo running literally anything, it doesn't really matter. Hopefully this will be done soon, because I'd rather not find another stalker if I don't have to. They're just kind of a pain, and something I'd rather not waste time doing. Sweet deal. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we are going to get out of here. Oh boy, are you coming for me? No, you're not. You're just wandering around. What I'd also recommend doing, I didn't equip it for this mission, but if you have the stamina booster that increases your stamina regen rate and your max stamina, I would highly, highly recommend using it. Wow, you were such a scaredy cat. Why are you running away? Well, then I'll run away too. We can both do this. That's okay. I wonder if he's actually going to chase me all the way out here. There's like a very real chance that it does. If anything, it might come from like up here, so we'll have to be careful. Knowing the stalkers, they are pretty blunt in their approach, but it looks like he's back there, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just looking for a stalker before I keep killing more guys. And that's my cue to leave. But yeah, in general, traversing this planet is pretty easy in terms of a physical walking kind of idea. There's not a lot of rivers, not a lot of lakes. The layouts are rarely going to surprise you. It is just a lot of sand and rocks. And that's okay. I don't think that every planet has to be a very complicated, crazy planet. And here's our old pal. Our old buddy chum pal. Okay. What? Why did I fire into this guy there? Oh well. Is what it is. We're just gonna keep moving and not really worry about it too much. Oh. Look how great this stealth bonus is. Look at this. We just walked past a charger right in front of us. And he didn't care at all. He didn't even notice us. He didn't pay any mind to us. Why? Because stealth armor is really good on this planet. And yes, this whole video is just going to be singing the praises of running armor on this planet that's light. Because if you've never tried to run heavy armor on this planet, I would not recommend it. There's a sweltering hot desert and you are wearing 600 pounds of metal armored ceramic plated gear. You will not have a good time. Running this planet, you want quick, light, efficient armor. The shotgun's great because it's run and gun. I mean, it's great because of everything, but it's great for this planet because a lot of your engagements are close range. There's rarely going to be a time where you can really snipe in this kind of weather, as is quite apparent by looking at it. So it's a lot better to instead stick to close range engagements and using your stealth to bypass any ones you don't need to take. Besides stalkers, nothing's going to come running at you through the fog unless it already knows you're there from you shooting guns at it earlier. So you're rarely ever actually going to get caught off by surprise, despite the fact that you would think that would happen a lot on a planet like this. And yeah, I mean, there doesn't always have to be anything really big or complicated here. I think that this planet was a nice, cool one to start as an intro to the series, where we explore planets and try them out. Hopefully you guys found this video a little bit insightful if you are new and starting out Helldiver. Maybe you're someone more experienced and you just, I don't know, you don't try this armor. Maybe you do use heavy armor. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if there are people who actually run any like high difficulties on this map in heavy armor. If so, I would be very, very impressed, and maybe, I don't know, I'll include you in the next video, like your comment or something. I don't know, I'm not experienced of making Helldivers content yet. I don't think anyone really is, the game is quite new, but I want to start making a little bit of content, and maybe we'll take a series where we look at each of the planets, and we give good builds for them, good advice. Sadly, when it comes to weapons, there's almost always one choice to breaker, but maybe I'll try and get creative and recommend weapons that can be used in fun ways on different planets. I don't know, who just joined? Oh, well, this is my buddy. Well, he's right here, and that is my cue to get off. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this is a little bit interesting. I also stream on Twitch daily, so if you guys want to come check me out, there is a link to my Twitch in the description. And yeah, that's going to be all from me today, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out. Uh-oh.